So in our last video, we played around with the revolve tool and created a sphere. I want to play around with the revolve tool again. So let's go to new, standard part, but this time I want to create something different. And so let's start a new sketch again. And this time let's go to our top view or our XZ plane. And then if top is sideways, I want you to go ahead and click on these arrows up here to make it straight left and right. And let's go back to our circle tool. And let's tell it to be coincident to the center. And this time let's give it a diameter of 2 inches. And I'll zoom in. And I'm going to select my line tool. And I'm going to make sure it magnetizes to the top and to the bottom. I'm going to right click and hit OK. And if you recall in our last video, to revolve, we only needed half of this circle. So let me show you a new feature in Autodesk. Let's look at our trim feature. So I'm going to select this and I'm going to trim off the left half of this circle. And so now we only have half a circle. I'm going to right click and hit OK to get out of that. And just like in the last video, this line is not fully constrained. And you'll notice that even though the diameter of this arc isn't changing, we are changing the end points of this arc. And so to fix that, I'm going to go to my vertical constraint. So I'm going to tell this origin to always be vertical to this top point of this arc. And then I'm going to tell the bottom to also be vertical to the top point of this arc. And you'll see now it's fully constrained. And so I'll finish my sketch and I'll hit my revolve tool. And you can see it automatically selected the profile for me because there's only one to select. So the only thing I need to select is the axis. And I'm going to center this, so I'm going to go to my home view. And I want to select that arrow. And I want to drag it around. And I can actually reverse the direction by spinning it the other way. So I think I want to. And I want to tell this angle to be 270 degrees. So 3/4 of a circle. And I'm going to hit OK. And if you notice, at least to me, this shape kind of looks like PacMan. So let's make it official. Let's go into our tools and go to Adjust. And I'm going to select this outer face, and I'm going to tell it to be yellow, just like PacMan. And then I'm going to hit the plus button, so it applies it, but it allows me to add more without having to re-click Adjust every time. And then I want to turn these two faces black. And so actually, if I use my keyboard and I hold Control and I click on both of these faces, it'll actually select both faces at once. And to make something black, I need to click on this center square and drag it down to the bottom. If I want to make it white, I drag it up to the top. I want it to be black like PacMan, so I'll drag it all the way down. And then instead of hitting the plus button, I'm going to hit the check button to apply and end my adjust tool. And so now we have PacMan, Waka Waka Waka. But what if I don't like this view? What if I wanted it to be from some other view? Well, I can actually adjust that on the view cube, which is pretty cool. And so I'm going to make sure I'm in my home view, and then I'm going to go over here to this top right corner and click and turn it around to the side. And then I'm going to right click on my view cube and go down to Set Current View as Home and click Fix Distance. And so now, no matter where I move my view cube, if I hit the home button, that is my new home view. And just to soothe my OCD, I'm going to then change this right view to my new front view by right-clicking and go down to Set Current View as Front. Then I go back to my home view, and you can see I have a new home and a new front view. And once you're done, go ahead and go to File, Save As, and let's call this file PacMan. Hit Save, and we are done with this shape.